What's up, Matt Guff from House.com, and today I'm going to show you my top 5 boots of the 2020 season. Picking out the top 5 boots is kind of a difficult thing, but I've kind of narrowed it down to the ones that I really enjoy. They tend to be a little bit more high performance, higher in price point, stiffer, but they all share like one similar kind of property. In addition to all those things, they're all custom heat moldable for a perfect fit. I'm gonna walk through these things alphabetical, not in order of their importance or how much I prefer one over the other. I think they're all really great, but I'm gonna start them out with this one. This is the Burton Imperial. This is a fantastic stiff boot with a speed zone lacing system that has an upper and lower zone that you can tighten. Underneath your foot is a pretty wild outsole. This is a Vibram grip rubber outsole that features B3 gel in the heel area to lessen vibrations and negative impacts. The upper shell has S4 support panels, so the boot doesn't really break down as fast. And then internally is a cuff system called the Focus Cuff that wraps around this heat moldable Imprint 3 liner. You'll notice that there's actually quite a bit tall kind of support panels on the outside. This is probably one of the most supportive liners of this lineup up here. And then inside is a dual density footbed. It has a 3D support ESS support shank and fits your foot really well. It is fairly thin, and you know, with all these boots too, it's like once you heat mold them, they all really fit like a glove. Moving into the DC Judge. This is a crowd pleaser. It has a double boa system. There's an upper and lower zone. The upper zone is kind of cool. It has a what's called an H3 boa coiler reel. It kind of tightens itself up just a little bit so you don't have to like spend a lot of time dialing it in. It has Aerotech ventilation, and then underneath your foot is a Unilite foam outsole. So it's quite a bit more lightweight than some of the other boots, but it does feature a little bit of Vibram tread and rubber along that bottom side. The liner is called Black. It does also have some ventilation that works well with that shelf panel, and it has a power strap up on top. And this is a dual density footbed. You'll notice that there's quite a bit more support and kind of harder material underneath your arch. So if you have falling arches or you're susceptible to that, the DC Judge insole is going to be a really good one. Then we have kind of a sleeper of the group. This is called the Sallman Launch. Now the Launch I really enjoy. Now it looks like a double boa system, but it's actually not really a double boa. This reel, which is also an H3 boa coiler, tightens both upper and lower zones of the shell, and this one actually tightens something called straitjacket. Straitjacket is a small little piece of fabric that runs across the mid-step of the liner to ensure that your heel stays locked into the heel pocket. It's a really nice thing. There's also independent eye stay that molds kind of like across the top of the lower section of your foot for a really good feel and fit. And then there's the Comfort Fit liner. It has a nice little plush top to it, an integrated liner lacing system instead of a cuff system like you'll find on all the other boots, and then a dual density ortholite footbed. Now this will mold to your foot, but it is fairly flat compared to what you'll find in some of the others. And then we have one of my favorites. Not gonna lie, I like this boot a lot. This is the 32 TM2. This is 32's kind of like main team favorite style boot. It's a traditional lace. The others are Speed Zone and Boa, except for the Influence, but it has a traditional lace style system. And it has a fairly stiff flex overall, and a lot of that has to do with this performance style backstay. The sole is actually very light. This is the Energy Foam style sole from 32. It has a little bit of rebound to it, so instead of just being a soft style foam that's lightweight, it actually has a little bit of shock absorption, but also rebounds you back in place so the foam's not gonna break down. There's some extra rubber added in, some big tread, and then inside there's a nice little Focus style cuff. And then this is an Intuition heat moldable liner, one of the most kind of like firm fitting style liners of this entire group here. And they also feature a heel hold kit, which is kind of cool because the boots come with these donut shaped style, different thickness ring that you can slide into there for a custom style fit to keep your heel locked in that pocket. And then we have this is a triple density style footbed, ESS support shank, nice little 3D contours to it, and an additional foam that heel for shock absorption. And then lastly, this one kind of stands out a lot within this entire group. It's called the Vans Infuse. This is Pat Moore's lace boot. Now, there's kind of a lot that goes into it, and I kind of want to get into these things. This is a kind of a flex control system that slides into the tongue, so you can change the different flex over the top of your toe side edge with the Infuse, which is kind of cool. It does have traditional lace and then a boa on the side, and this boa actually controls this thing. This is a custom fit flex slider, so you can slide this little panel wherever you like across the front of that tongue, and what that does is draws the tongue into the heel pocket of your boot. Similar to the straight jacket, except for it's on the exterior of the shell instead of on the inside of the shell, which is kind of cool. Underneath your foot, there's actually a lot going on. This is like a extreme waffle sole, inverted waffle sole similar to their skate shoes, which is nice, and then a foam style midsole called Ultra Cush. It absorbs a lot of shocking impact, and then we have this thing. This is pretty cool. This is a heat moldable liner, of course. It does have kind of X-style support panels, and it features the North Face flash dry material. North Face and Vans kind of come from the same conglomerate, and they use and kind of swap material and technology, and they use flash dry, which means that it dries extremely fast. And when your foot is kind of sweaty, if you're riding in warm temperatures, it's gonna wicken moisture away from your foot and kind of disperse it outside of the boot, which is cool. And then this thing. This is pretty remarkable. This is called the Pop Cush style insole. It's a triple density style insole that's actually about 1.5 inches thick. It does have a nice support panel along that back side. These are my top 5 boots for the 2020 season. Again, a little bit more high performance, stiffer than your average boot, and the price points reflect that. And they'll feature custom heat moldable style liners. Again, in alphabetical order, we have the Burton Imperial, the DC Judge, Sallman Launch, 32 Team 2, and rounding out, of course, with the Vans Patmore Infuse boot. These are all really great boots that you can check out at thehouse.com by selecting the links below in the description. Feel free to leave me a comment or question. Let me know what you think of my picks. If you've ever ridden these things, I want to know what you really feel. Subscribe to the channel there, check out more vids there, and hopefully we'll see you guys on snow. Peace.